So we've got so many opportunities to do variations of training, and it's dependent on so many things. Questions like, am I an experienced runner? Am I an experienced rider? Am I at the pointy end of the results? Am I a mid-packer or am I a beginner? So your sessions will all be determined by where you sit in those answering those questions.
Also, thinking about the event and then what stage of the program you're up to.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why the progressive overload component that we want everybody to have in their program is so important.
So really, the major kind of 4 factors, if we were to summarize it, are: what are your experience? What's your experience? You're a beginner, intermediate, or very experienced triathlete. Where do you sit in terms of the results? Are you trying to win? Are you trying to just improve yourself? Or are you trying to just finish and compete? What's the actual event that you're doing? So what is the length of event that you need to train for? That definitely impacts the zones you want to hit a lot more, because a Ironman athlete does not need to be hitting zone 5C or zone 7 for the same thing. 130% of efforts that often. They don't need to spend very little time doing that. And what stage of the program are you at? Are you starting the program? Are you in your final phase leading into the race?
No, that's a really great summary, and that point 4 is that is such a crucial one, because we've told people on this podcast that if you're training for an Ironman, you don't need to be doing 200-meter sprints as a runner, because what are the requirements of the event? Well, certainly there's no sprinting in it. You might sprint for 10 metres if you're actually trying to beat someone to win Kona as a professional. Yeah. You might sprint for 100 metres, but that's about the only time you're going to be sprinting. So there's actually no benefit to your training program to have that in it. So that's kind of one of the things that I see that people doing a lot of, which is not necessary for an endurance event.
Yeah, and this brings up a really good point, because there are so many sessions you could do, and you probably see a lot of athletes doing good sessions. On their own, they're good sessions, but they're not very good sessions for that person's program. They might have gone and done a great, track session where they've done 16 200s or something, and that's a really good session if they can do it, but it's completely unnecessary because they're training for an Ironman.
Yeah, and that's kind of the points we're trying to get here across is, identifying those 4 factors will enable you to get the right outcome for the program you're trying to achieve.